are live. How are you doing? My name is Joseph Ngugi.
And I'm Javier Carlin.
And we are the new Grad PT mentors. Yo, we tired and we still killed that. Let's go. You never know we're exhausted. But anyway, tonight we want to do a short live stream about insurance therapy versus physical therapy. And tonight's live stream is honestly a little more tailored to those that are practicing in a setting where it's insurance-based, but this really does apply to everyone, even cash-based PTs. But as new grad PTs, a lot of times we come out of PT school really having a pretty narrow perspective on just how to deliver PT. I know when I was doing, what's up, James? How you doing? I know when I was doing my rotations, man. One of the biggest things was I saw a lot of PTs that were just really playing the game of, okay, do we have more visits? Has insurance covered them? Okay, insurance hasn't covered you anymore. I'm sorry, you're done with PT. So thank you. Hope you're doing better. Just do these, 10 exercises and stretches. F. Scott, good to see you again. He was on a different live stream I was on earlier. But really a lot of times we end up doing a lot of insurance therapy instead of physical therapy. And honestly, it does not matter if it's a new grad PT, if it's someone that is 10 years out, if it's someone that's 20 years out. If you are playing that game, then it's a losing game. It's a game where we are setting up our patients for failure. We're setting them up for re-injury. We're not giving them the actual, the actual tools and care that they need to actually get back to their goals and get back to 100% and do what we are trained to do as physical therapist. So Javi, take us into this a little bit, this battle between insurance therapy versus physical therapy, and how can we actually get to the point where as new grads, we're delivering physical therapy and not having to really just cater everything to what the insurance provider says or does, because they sure don't have a DPT degree and they're not the ones taking care of your patients.
Exactly. They don't have our patient's best interests in mind at all, right? They're trying to save as much money as possible. Now, the reason that this whole conversation between Joseph and myself started today was because I actually got this shirt from Aaron LeBauer, so shout out to Aaron LeBauer. Thank you so much for the shirt, man. I got this shirt
from the place I work at. All right.
So basically the shirt says, I work for patients, not insurance companies, right? And at Renewal Rehab, that's what we are all about, really. Insurance companies, like I said, don't know what the patient that you're dealing with that's in front of you, that's going through these real problems on a daily basis is going through, right? So who are they to decide how many visits your patient gets, okay? This is something that you need to address with your patients the first day, initial eval day. You need to address with them what their insurance is allowing them to come in for and what they actually need. And addressing that is so important on that first visit, because otherwise what will happen is that the patient will say, you know what, my insurance is over with, I think I'm finished, I feel pretty good, my pain might be gone, and I'm through, and I'm gone. And that's not what we want. That's the last thing we want. If we're being governed by an insurance company that does not have our best interest, the physical therapy profession's best interest, and our patient's best interest in hand, then why would we listen to them?
Yeah.
Why would we listen to them?
It's true. It's true. I mean, the biggest thing is, as physical therapists, it's we're honestly kind of scared. We're kind of scared. We're okay, so insurance isn't going to cover it. So I'm actually too scared to figure out how to convince this patient to keep coming, even if they have to pay out of pocket. Or you know what? Maybe I don't know how to convey to them the level of value for what they're actually doing. Actually, you know what? Maybe I didn't listen to them well enough. Maybe I didn't figure out what was actually valuable for them, what they actually really wanted, and using that to help push them and inspire them to get to the point. I mean, we have patients all the time where insurance companies are not gonna cut it.
Right.
And because they understand what the agenda was, my point for my soccer player was not to get them to the point where they can get, 120 degrees of flexion and 0 degrees of extension and able to walk, from their car and back to my clinic without any pain. That wasn't the goal. The goal was to get them back to doing what? Playing soccer. So if they're not going to be covered for that, if they get to the point where they're stuck, then who am I to just say, yo, insurance company, I hear you. They're not in pain. You're right. I have done my job as a PT. I have done a good job. Let me pat myself on the shoulder. Patient, you are discharged. Thank you very much. Do these motions. I actually have these 2 pages for you stapled together. Just do this heel slides. You know what I mean? Quad sets. Quad sets are good. Do 100 of them. And then, come on.
Isn't pain relief what medications
Come
are for?
on.
Come on now.
Come on. And so bottom line is this. As a physical therapist, let's lock in. Here's how we have to figure out how to take care of it. And it starts at the very beginning. You can't wait till the end where you're like, hey, it's hard to convince somebody when they don't know any better. So you have to start from the beginning. And for us, it had to start with our education on the very first day. It starts with how we listen to our patients when they first come in and figure out, what is it that you really want? Oh, you said you don't? Oh, you want to play soccer? Oh, okay. So if you want to play soccer, this is what it's going to look like. This is what we're going to go through. I even tell them what to expect with insurance.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that if that's what's most important to them, and I know some of the patients that we see, a lot of runners even, like runners, that's like, it's hardwired in their minds that that's it. That's their thing. And they're willing to do anything.
Whatever it takes.
Like we had somebody that literally drove an hour to just come to the clinic.
That's it. Yeah.
Because they're like, yo, I've been told by so many people that I just shouldn't run anymore. And I was like, that's not happening.
Nope.
So I got to figure out how to get this thing out. And so they're willing to do whatever it takes to get what they really want. Like, think about what you value. And if someone took it away from you, what would you be willing to invest? If you love playing basketball, if someone took that away from you, what would you be willing to pay for someone to give that back to you? If you love taking walks with your husband, come on. Like, we have to think like that as physical therapists if we want to win this battle. Otherwise, it's all a numbers game. It's all a range of motion game. It's all how well you documented. It's all whatever the insurance company decides to do. But at the end of the day, you're playing an insurance company game and you can't win it because the patient trusts the insurance company and not you.
Mm-hmm.
So gain their trust. Understand what they want. Understand how to lay it out. I lay it out. Like, if someone's going to be there for a long time because I know what they're trying to get back, I lay it out from the beginning. There's no surprises.
Mm-hmm.
They know what to expect. They know that after we're done with the PT part, that there's a program for them after they're done with physical therapy. They understand it. I can't just say, hey, side note, your insurance company is done. Check
have
it.
to start paying some
You're
cash.
kind of not done yet. There's a few things I still wanted to work on. What you think? You just come in, you pay cash. We have a cash rate. Like, their copay was like $5. They're like, what? I gotta pay what? You missed it. And you're gonna lose a patient, someone that's going to be frustrated, that's probably gonna go to another PT saying that they went to you and they felt a little better and then they just went back to where they were before. They couldn't get back to the active. Actually, what? They might not even try PT anymore.
Right.
They might end up getting surgery because they did not get the adequate care that they needed to get them back to where they needed when you were the answer. So what game do you want to play? We can't be out here complaining all the time saying, oh, insurance company this. We can't be crossing our fingers waiting for the day that the insurance company's rates change and we're able to get a better reimbursement rate and all that. Like, it's not going to happen. Insurance companies are a hustle. It's a business. Business is business. But you're a professional that has been built and structured and trained to be able to help patients get back to what they love. Not help them get back to 120 degrees of knee flexion. Does that make sense?
Makes sense, man.
What you think, bro?
I mean, I don't know what else to say. That pretty much sums it up. But the biggest thing is that if we're scared of telling a patient what they need, like what are we there for, right? If a patient wants pain relief, what's the difference between getting it from you and a freaking pill box with medications that they can get pain relief in the same sense for a lot cheaper than paying you? What's the difference? Right? We can't offer pain relief. That's not what we do. We help people, like Joseph said, get back to doing the things that they love. As physical therapists, that's our job. And we can't do it in 5, 6, 8 sessions. A lot of the times, most of the times. So if we're playing that insurance therapy game, everyone's gonna lose, and it's bad for everyone. And that's when people start saying that physical therapy doesn't work. That doctor that you got is worthless.
Mercy.
People don't respect us as doctors because of that.
Mercy.
Because we don't make decisions for them. Because we're not telling them how it is. Straight up, listen, if you want to get back to XYZ, this is what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to take. Are you in? Because I'm in. It's that simple. Just be honest with them. Set the expectations from day one, and they're going to love you. They're going to trust you, and they're going to do whatever you tell them to do because you're their PT.
Exactly.
And they want to get better.
That's how it works.
It's that simple, but no one's doing it. No one's doing it. We're all scared of the insurance companies. I don't know for what.
Cigna. Medicare. Shoot.
Calling them all out.
Oh, my bad. I'm about to go down the list. Call them all. But bottom line is this. We've been given a gift as physical therapists. We've been given a tool. We've been given a vehicle where we're able to help people get back to such a high level of performance, but we're not using it well because we're letting somebody else who did not get that same degree, somebody else who does not have the same passion you have, somebody else who's not seeing the patients you are seeing every single day, determine it for you. And if that's how you want to play, then we have no right to complain. We have no right to complain about our pay. We have no right to complain about insurance companies and how they're doing this. We have no right to blame our patients. We have no right to talk about how our patients are like, oh, my patient's such a hard head because they won't listen to me because their insurance, like they don't trust me. Well, you didn't deserve it. You didn't earn it. Earn it. Earn it. Listen to them. Give them what they're looking for. Paint that picture for them. And commit to being the one that walks them to the finish line. And they'll rock with you. I'm saying that because we do it all the time, and that's exactly what happens with our patients. That's it.
That's it, man.
That's it. So choose wisely. Insurance therapy
or physical therapy.
That's it.
Let's get it.